Well, this isn't gonna be long because this episode really wasn't much to look at. To be honest with you, you can probably skip this and be okay. Like I said in my previous review, I really do believe that this show has potential. So I kind of want to ride it out and see exactly what's going to happen, from episode to episode. Because let's be honest, nothing is as bad as Miss Marvel. But anyway, when it came to this episode, really nothing much happened. I mean, she became She-Hulk in the courtroom. She saved all the jurors and everybody. Then, of course, her friend exploited her for being She-Hulk. And she ended up being She-Hulk in a bar, getting drunk, and all that other stuff, and kind of celebrating being She-Hulk. And, of course, she ended up losing her job. The one thing that I can praise about this episode is it was a little bit more realistic when it came to her being a Hulk woman. And being a Hulk woman at a law firm that's full of humans, like regular average humans. She is humans, but she's probably a meta-human now. So seeing how that, she's getting all this attention being She-Hulk, it took away from what she's supposed to be, a lawyer in the firm. So it was kind of hard on her to keep a job. But then, of course, she got introduced to the whole, to the position that she had with another law firm being in the superhero, not the superhero, but I guess the superhuman division or something like that, which was pretty interesting. But it still wasn't much of an episode. It was kind of meh. It wasn't very interesting, except for Abomination, and this is the one issue that I actually had with the last episode of pretty much the Hulk's entire arc. His arc was off screen. The same thing with Abomination. He was able to change from being a crazy military guy that was ordered to kill Bruce to being incredibly mellow, almost hippie-like, and being able to change from his previous form to being human again. That's something that we really need to see on screen. And I think that's Marvel's issue at this point. Marvel is not really showing us anything. They're telling us more than showing us, which I think is the mistake. When it comes to anything Marvel in general, it needs to be shown, not told so much. And I think that was a major problem that I had with this episode. Not so much with Jen. I didn't really have a lot of issues with her. But the fact is, she didn't really make the episode anything. Of course, she was at a new firm. She brought her friend with her. And I'm gonna be honest, her friend is the worst. Like, seriously, if y'all have friends like this, kick them to the curb and find somebody else. This girl is exploiting her right and left for being She-Hulk. She don't need to be with her at all. But anyway, this episode was somewhat boring. It really didn't appeal to me that much at all. It was kind of meh, but it was somewhat interesting, especially when they introduced Shang-Chi. What happened to Shang-Chi and Abomination was actually fighting Wong. So I'm like, we're probably going to be seeing Wong in the following episode, or maybe another episode down the line. They're actually making Shang-Chi canon. But anyway, the fact is, this episode wasn't anything to look at. It's not anything to talk about. And like I said, this is going to be a very short review. If you really do want to watch She-Hulk and you miss this episode, you're not going to miss much. I don't think it's going to mess up anything for you. The first episode is, in my opinion, not a great introduction, but it's an introduction nonetheless. But for this, yeah, this is definitely skippable. And oh yeah, how can I forget? Y'all remember in the previous episode I did that I was talking about my biggest fear of what they were going to do to Planet Hulk? Well, my fears have probably been realized. Looks like old Brucey is going back to Sakaar in a spaceship. I just wish that they leave it alone, but it doesn't look like they are. They're going to ruin something else. They've already ruined Hulk and they're going to ruin Planet Hulk. I am not thrilled about this.